One of the defining characteristics of the dragon archetype is independence. If you need evidence, consider that despite the games being titled Yakuza, Kiryu spends more time as a civilian than a Yakuza, and when he's given the keys to the Yakuza kingdom, he promptly ditches the clan, leaving it in the hands of a deranged psychopath and former Omi Alliance captain. As a matter of fact, we spend more time as a taxi driver and government agent than we ever spend as a Yakuza. But this alone does not enhance Kiryu's status as a dragon of Dojima or otherwise. Today we're talking about a different dragon. One who is fiercely independent, but retains the backing of an army hell-bent on taking over Kamurocho and then all of Japan. Ryuji Goda. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hazy Hezi, and I like to talk about Yakuza games, but that's not all. I also like to make things that aren't videos, so I made some stickers that you can stick on things to support the channel. Or just subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, I think I did a pretty good job of avoiding spoilers in the script, but if you're sensitive about that sort of thing, you might be better off just listening to this one. Anyway, Ryuji Goda, also known as the Dragon of Kansai, has a particular view on the idea of what a dragon is that threatens to ruin the purpose of this video and the last one.
なんだわし、関西の竜と呼ばれんのが気に入らんのです。竜はまだい。関西が嫌なんです。竜に関西も堂島もありゃしません。極道の世界で竜と呼ばれる男は一匹でええんですわ。あんたもそう思いますやろ。まあな。
Ryuji takes the Highlander approach to dragons in that there can only be one. And he is that guy, according to him. I think this, more than anything else, is the motivating factor for the conflict he stirs in Kiwami 2, aside from the 75 other concurrent storylines. I'm going to have to remake my tier list soon because Yakuza 5 has 6 different characters to play as and is still more coherent from start to finish. But I digress. Ryuji's main beef seems to be Kiryu's existence, simply because by existing, Kiryu poses a threat to Ryuji's dragonhood, especially after the events of the previous year. I imagine Ryuji is following these events in real time, getting updates from his men, plotting on how he'll manage to outdo Kiryu's antics. Honestly, he was probably a fan, until it was over anyway. There can only be one dragon in his mind, and it must be him, so until his plans are enacted, he resigns himself to the idea that he is not the dragon. Psych!
まあ、飲めや。
はい。いただきます。
これで思い出したやろ。はよ言うてみいやこれ。関西の竜。関西の竜って言ったんだ。
He demands that his nickname is never spoken aloud in his presence, the Dragon of Kansai, because to him, acknowledging the existence of another dragon is verboten, even if that dragon is sitting in the very same room. Let me know in the comments, is this L insecurity or W confidence? I think it's because he's an insecure puss boy, but he could also kick my ass, so let's move on. Something both these men have in common is that they are more or less protectors of the innocent. Both Kiryu and Ryuji serve something like a moral compass for their clan.
何の真似や。わしも目的のためなら何でもする男や。せやけど、ガキを人質に取るんは趣味に合わん。
The game helps make this possible by relegating most of the unsavory actions to street gangs separate from the Yakuza or inherently corrupt Yakuza families that we end up fighting against. In this way, we never really have to question Kiryu's initial desires to come up in the clan or the honorable side characters like Kashiwagi, Chairman Sarah, Daigo, or... Honestly, that might be it. They make it pretty clear that Kazuma is a mass murderer with more bodies than any other character except for maybe Masumi Arakawa. Anyway, this morality is shown most clearly when Ryuji cuts down an Omi Alliance captain and hand delivers Haruka to Kiryu before giving him a stern warning.
いよいよあさってわしら総力を挙げてカムロ町に攻め込む。覚悟はええな。ああ。ほな。
And this warning tells us a lot. 1. Ryuji is not a monster and is above putting children in harm's way to achieve his goals. 2. Ryuji is not a monster and gives his main opponent a modicum of time to recover his injuries despite 100% being able to cut Kiryu down right now. We're in a cutscene. One slice would turn the Dragon of Dojima to Dragon Sashimi. And 3. He is fully committed to seeing his plan through, and there is nothing that will stop him. Even though he refuses to accept Kiryu as the dragon, he has no choice but to respect and acknowledge the only man capable of challenging his status. So what have we learned about the dragon archetype so far? They must be independent, they must have conviction, they must be steadfast in their convictions, and they have a duty to protect. Even as they prepare to fight for the last time to the death, both Kiryu and Ryuji have a shared goal to protect Kaoru. Finally, once Kaoru is taken care of and Kiryu and Ryuji face off for the final showdown, Kiryu has no choice to accept Ryuji's philosophy that there can only be one dragon. Because as long as there exist two dragons, they'll have to determine who is the one true dragon. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that solidifies these men as dragons. They're both a little fucking stupid.
お前みたいなバカに裏をかかれるとは。男はのバカなくらいでちょうどええんや。
It's undeniably stupid that even after several meetings, Ryuji never bothered to kill Kiryu when he had the chance. It's honorable not to do so, sure, but you gotta admit, it's a little stupid. And Kiryu, my god, is he stupid. Even after being lied to, shot at, and manipulated by Terada, he decides to trust his final words, which are, "Trust me," as he sets a bomb to explode in the next 10 minutes. And then proceeds to fight Ryuji as the timer counts down. If any of these men retained at least 3 brain cells to rub together, they would have fought on the ground at the very least. I get it, they have to fight. No one said they had to fight at the top of the Kamurocho Hills building. Mind you, both of these men have 2 extra holes, and technically Kiryu still has it worse because he got shot exactly where he got stabbed less than a week ago. And instead of crawling to the elevator and letting Kaoru push the button to take them downstairs and probably save both of their lives, they decide to tongue fuck each other until they die, which is pretty metal. Can't lie. But in the words of a once great dragon, a real man's gotta be a little stupid.
お前みたいなバカに裏をかかれるとは。男はのバカなくらいでちょうどええんや。我のような計算高い男は所詮天下など取れんのや。
Thanks for watching. Bye.